And I am here with the seventh part of the International Transportation Training. Well, as we discussed, we have divided the seventh part into several sections. We also talked about the documents in Part A and introduced them to you. In Part B, we want to talk about one of the most important documents in transportation. We will define it, get to know its features, and examine its different types together. The Bill of Lading, or BL, is one of the most important documents in international transportation, and in this lesson, we will review it together. First, we will define the Bill of Lading together. What is a Bill of Lading? A Bill of Lading is a document issued by a transportation company, which can be either a carrier or a forwarder. The issuance of this document essentially means that a specific cargo has been received by the transportation company at a specific location for delivery to a specific destination. In fact, you could say that a bill of lading is like a receipt given by the transportation company to the owner of the goods, confirming and certifying that I have received your goods to transport them to a specific destination. The features of the bill of lading are among the very important items that we must always know and remember because they are always useful in distinguishing between a bill of lading and a consignment note, in the multimodal transport exam, and in many other situations. There are only 3 of them. The first one is that it serves as evidence of the existence of a transport contract. What does that mean? It means that when a bill of lading is issued, it indicates that a transport contract exists. In other words, a shipment has taken place, meaning that both parties exist and a contract has been concluded between them, and this bill of lading has been issued because of that. The second point is that it serves as a receipt for the delivery of the goods, the same thing I mentioned in the definition of a bill of lading. That is, when you transport goods and issue a bill of lading, you are essentially providing a receipt stating that you have received the goods and in return, you have issued this bill of lading as a receipt, which means you are obligated to transport the goods safely and soundly to the specified destination. And it serves as proof of ownership of the goods. That is, whoever possesses this bill of lading is the owner of the goods, and it acts as a document that demonstrates ownership of the goods. There are different types of bills of lading, and the type we use depends on the kind of shipment we are carrying out. Maritime, land, air, rail combined transport bill of lading, also known as multimodal, which can be a FIATA bill of lading or FBL, through bill of lading, also called TBL, or through bill of lading and postal receipt. We will review all of these in detail together after we finish the topic of document. Another category you see here is the types of bills of lading in terms of whether they are negotiable or non-negotiable. You've probably often heard people say this bill of lading is negotiable or non-negotiable. What does that mean? If a bill of lading is negotiable, it can be fully transferred to another party and is tradable. In these types of bills of lading, the word to order is usually written in the consignee section. And in fact, whoever holds the bill of lading can transfer it to someone else by endorsing it, and whoever possesses the bill of lading is recognized as the owner of the goods. To give you a tangible example, a to-order bill of lading is like a bearer check. However, if your bill of lading is non-negotiable and not transferable, the name of a specific consignee is written in the consignee section. This bill of lading is non-negotiable and cannot be transferred to another person. It has a specific owner. To give you an example, it's like a check that has been issued specifically to a named recipient, with that person's national ID written on it, and only that individual can cash or deposit the check themselves. It cannot be transferred to someone else. Now, these were just some examples that I thought might be helpful for you, so I mentioned them. The diagrams I've shown here for you illustrate the different types of bills of lading: HBL, MBL, and non-negotiable, which you can see here. All right, dear friends, we will wrap up the topic of the bill of lading here, and after we finish the section on documents, we will thoroughly review the different types of bills of lading together. I hope this lesson has been useful for you and that you enjoyed it.